Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And this video will be solving practice problem 13.2, which is part of mutual inductance. And I had made this video earlier, but there was some confusion from a student. Therefore, I'm remaking it to clarify that doubt. So the practice problem 13.2 says to determine the phasor currents I1 and I2. So this current I1 and this is I2. And the first step that we do is, as I had mentioned in my previous video also, that we insert diamond signs, dependent voltage signs for the mutual voltages. So one with every coil. Now with this coil we have inserted one diamond sign, and with this coil I have inserted another diamond sign. Here also a student has asked, where do we put the diamond sign? So it doesn't matter, you can put it below the coil or you can put it above the coil. It really doesn't matter till such time you follow the other conventions. Similarly, this one you could have placed it here, doesn't matter. Anyway, so this is the diamond sign, and now the next point is to mark the polarities of the diamond signs. Okay, now we need to mark the polarities of these two diamond boxes. Now for that, keep in mind that the current through this coil will induce a voltage in this coil, that means this voltage, and the current through J2, which is I1, will induce a voltage in this box or this coil, which is shown here in this box. So the polarity will depend on the direction of current flow. Now for ease, I have assumed a current called IY, which is flowing through this, and it is going from bottom to top. You could also assume another a current coming from top to bottom, but you have to mark the polarity accordingly. Okay, now let's see one more thing. Yes, in this case, since IY is going from bottom to top and I2 is also going from bottom to top, that means we can say that IY is I2 minus I1 because this is in the opposite direction. Okay, now the polarity. Now let's see these two polarities marked. This current IY is entering the dot. And so by the dot convention, we know that the dotted end, that means the left hand side, will be positive. So left hand side of this box is marked positive. Similarly, for this box, we have to say this current I1 is entering the dot. Therefore, the dotted end of this coil, which is at the bottom, so bottom will be positive. So bottom is positive. Now this way we mark the polarities. And then the values. Now we know this is the mutual inductance M J3. So the voltage here will be J3 and current I1 here going, so it will be J3 I1. And what about this one? It will be J3 IY. So let's see. So this is J3 I1 and this is J3 IY. And now we know that IY is I2 minus I1. Therefore, we can write it to be J3 I2 minus I1. So this is the marking of the voltages, etc. And now what we'll do, we'll remove the dot sign, etc. because now we have already all the voltages marked. We'll also mark the other elements polarity depending on the current. So I1 touching here positive, touching here positive, touching here positive. Similarly, I2 touching here positive, touching here positive. Okay, so the polarities are marked, and now we are ready to write the equations. So for mesh 1, we moving from here, so minus 100 angle 60, 5I1, J2 I1, then this value is positive J3 I2 minus I1. Coming here, J6, now we are in mesh 1, so we'll write I1 minus I2, I1 minus I2, and then minus sign at the top, so minus J3I1. So this is for mesh 1, and we'll now collect the like terms and simplify. So this is our equation number 1. Coming to mesh 2, we're going from here like this. So plus sign first, so plus J3I1. Then since we are in mesh 2 now, it will be J6I2 minus I1. So positive J6I2 minus I1 and positive minus J4I2. So positive minus J4I2 is equal to 0, and we'll simplify this also. So this is the simplified form. And now that we have two equations, we can easily solve this with the help of matrix or by substitution, whichever way you are more comfortable. Okay, multiplying by 2, this one, so we get this value. And similarly, multiply by 3, the second equation, we get this value. And now we can easily cancel these two, J6I2. So adding 3 and 4, we get these terms, all in terms of I1. Simplifying, and so I1 we get 17.88, it is 6.5 ampere. And now putting the value of I1 in equation 2, here we can get the value of I2. So I2 is 26.82, angle it is 6.5. So I hope you have been able to follow this and you can solve this type of question easily. Thank you. Okay, if you want to solve it by matrix method, you can follow this, and this way also you will get the same result. Thanks.